Dialectical Behavior Therapy, DBT. Emotional Mastery meets Mindful Mischief. Welcome to the captivating, slightly quirky world of Dialectical Behavior Therapy, or DBT. Imagine your emotions as a rogue jazz band. Sometimes they're playing smooth tunes, and other times they're full-on improvising into chaos.
Enter DBT, the maestro you didn't know you needed to tame the cacophony and bring harmony to your mental playlist.
With enlightenment, heart, and a side of humor, let's explore what DBT is, why it's awesome, and how it can be the emotional toolkit you've been waiting for. So, what is DBT anyway? Picture therapy as a buffet. Some approaches are the mashed potatoes, comforting and classic. Others, like DBT, are the spicy fusion dish you're hesitant to try but end up loving. Developed by Dr. Marsha Linehan, DBT started as a therapy for individuals with borderline personality disorder, BPD. Over time, its versatility and effectiveness have extended its reach to those managing depression, anxiety, PTSD, eating disorders, and more. At its core, DBT thrives on balance. It's like yoga for your brain. The word dialectical refers to reconciling opposites, accepting yourself as you are while striving for meaningful change. In practice, this looks like acknowledging, yes, I'm overwhelmed by emotions right now, while also deciding, and I can learn to manage them better. It's both a hug and a pep talk in therapy form. The 4 pillars of DBT. DBT is built on 4 core modules including mindfulness, distress tolerance, emotional regulation, and interpersonal effectiveness. The mindfulness pillar. Mindfulness. It's like a spa day for your brain. This module teaches you to focus on the present moment without judgment. Instead of spiraling over whether you embarrassed yourself at the company meeting, hint, you probably didn't, you'll learn to notice the thought, acknowledge it, and let it pass. Mindfulness turns your mind's cluttered inbox into a neatly organized folder. The distress tolerance pillar. Life's curveballs are inevitable, but this module ensures you don't swing a bat at your own emotional well-being. Distress tolerance skills help you survive tough times without resorting to destructive behaviors. It's like being handed an emotional survival kit filled with tools like self-soothing, distraction, and radical acceptance. It's equivalent to the Jedi-level skill of saying, "This moment stinks, and I'll get through it."
The emotional regulation pillar.
Ever felt like your emotions are running a chaotic marathon while you're stuck on the sidelines? This module teaches you how to identify, understand, and manage your emotions. It's like learning to drive a stick-shift car. Tricky at first, but life-changing once you get the hang of it. You'll build emotional resilience, reduce vulnerability to negative emotions, and, best of all, learn how to inject joy into your daily life. The interpersonal effectiveness pillar. Relationships are the land of love, laughter, and occasional chaos. This module is your relationship GPS, teaching you skills to navigate social interactions effectively. Whether you're setting boundaries with a colleague or asking for help without guilt-tripping yourself, interpersonal effectiveness ensures you communicate like a pro. DBT in action. How it all comes together. Let's get practical. DBT doesn't just give you a metaphorical toolbox, it teaches you how to use each tool. Here's a closer look at what a DBT journey might involve. Individual therapy sessions. Think of this as your private coaching session. In one-on-one meetings, your therapist helps you set goals, navigate challenges, and tailor DBT strategies to your unique needs. It's like having a personal trainer, but for your mental muscles. Group skills training. In these sessions, you join others to practice DBT skills in a supportive setting. Imagine a workshop where everyone is learning to build emotional IKEA furniture. It's challenging, but the camaraderie helps. Practical assignments for growth. Yes, there will be assignments. Before you groan, think of it as life hacks for coping better. Journaling about your emotions or trying out mindfulness exercises isn't busy work. It's the practice that turns skills into second nature. Why DBT works. The science and soul of it. You might be wondering, does this really work or is it just a therapy buzzword?
Rest assured, DBT does work.
Studies consistently show its effectiveness, particularly for reducing self-harm, suicidal behaviors, and emotional dysregulation. It's like the mental health MVP of therapies. What makes it special? Balance. Few therapies juggle acceptance and change as seamlessly as DBT. It's the yin-yang of self-improvement. Practicality. DBT isn't just about insights, it's about action. The skills you learn are immediately applicable to real-life situations. Empowerment. DBT hands you the keys to your own emotional vehicle and teaches you how to drive. A day in the life of using DBT skills. Imagine this. It's Monday morning. You overslept, spilled coffee on your shirt, and received a cryptic email from your boss. Normally, this would be the perfect time for a meltdown. But you're armed with DBT skills. Mindfulness. Instead of spiraling, you take a deep breath and focus on the present moment. I'm okay, it's just coffee. Distress tolerance. You splash water on the coffee stain, pop on a jacket, and tell yourself, I'll deal with this later.
Crisis averted.
Emotional regulation. You recognize the anxiety bubbling up and use a grounding exercise to calm down. Interpersonal effectiveness. At work, you respond to the email with clarity and professionalism, without letting anxiety write the narrative. By the end of the day, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. High five to your future emotionally regulated self. Is DBT right for you? If you've ever felt overwhelmed by emotions, struggled with relationships, or wished for healthier coping mechanisms, DBT might be your jam. It's especially helpful for emotional dysregulation, borderline personality disorder, depression and anxiety, trauma and PTSD, and eating disorders. Think of DBT as a toolkit for life. It's not a magic wand. You'll have to put in the work. But with dedication, DBT can transform how you navigate the ups and downs of life.
Disclaimer. This video is for informational and educational purposes only and not intended to give psychotherapeutic advice.
The takeaway: DBT as your emotional adventure. At its heart, DBT is about learning to live in harmony with your emotions. It's not about avoiding pain or chasing constant happiness. It's about building resilience, cultivating mindfulness, and embracing the beautifully messy human experience. If you're struggling with intense emotions, self-harm, or relationship difficulties, DBT may be a great option for you. It's a challenging but rewarding journey, and with the right support, you can learn to live a more fulfilling life. Ready to set sail on this journey? Find a therapist, grab your metaphorical compass, and let DBT show you the way to calmer seas.